Social intelligence is the ability to understand oneself and others, to accurately assess our actions and those of others. In this video, we will look at 5 key elements of social intelligence that all of us should work on in order to improve our interactions with others. People with high social intelligence are particularly good at relating to other people. In the workplace, we might say they have excellent soft skills. Social intelligence is an innate personality trait, which, however, can also be developed and improved with experience and continuous interactions with others. Social intelligence is fundamentally composed of these 5 elements: self-awareness, empathy, compassion, metacognition, and theory of mind. In this video, I will analyze these 5 elements one by one. Self-awareness is the ability to understand our feelings. It's the way an individual knows and consciously understands their own character, feelings, motivations, and desires. The definition thus includes the concept of one's own existence as an individual, separate from other people, with their own individual thought. It can also include the understanding that other people are similarly self-aware. Children who indicate they are hungry show this ability. If they throw tantrums, it's often because they do not understand their emotions. With age comes greater self-awareness. However, some people, even as they grow, remain confused by their feelings because they learn to repress them from childhood. Empathy is our ability to understand what others feel. Empathy involves understanding a person by adopting their point of view rather than one's own, a concept very similar to the theory of mind, which I will discuss shortly, or experiencing indirectly and often involuntarily the mental states of a person. However, empathy does not necessarily imply the motivational or emotional drive to provide help, although its evolution into compassion or emotional contagion can lead to rescue and aid actions and behaviors. Some children begin to show empathy as early as kindergarten. Others seem not to have this capacity even when they are much older. Through years of social experiences, we can refine our empathy. But those who are not self-aware, meaning they have never learned to understand their own emotions, might also not learn to perceive the feelings of others. The third element is compassion, which is a feeling whereby an individual emotionally perceives another's suffering and wishes to alleviate it. Parents generally feel compassion for their child, and children experience stress when their mothers are sad. As we grow, most of us show compassion for our family and circle of friends. Then there's metacognition, or the awareness of one's own thought processes. Metacognition is a type of self-reflection on the cognitive phenomenon, made possible by the ability to distance oneself, self-observe, and reflect on one's own mental states. Metacognitive activity allows us, among other things, to control our thoughts, and thus also to know and direct our learning processes. The term metacognition literally means beyond cognition, and is used to indicate cognition about cognition, or, more informally, thinking about thinking. By the age of 4, most children show the first forms of metacognitive abilities when they begin to display what they know and what they don't know. Shortly after, they learn to assess the level of confidence in their own knowledge. As adults, many of us learn about our own brain and learn that one of its tasks is to bring order to an inherently chaotic world of facts and fiction. Some, however, remain trapped in the stories and lies they tell themselves as true. They don't see that their mind can get stuck in a web of biases. They don't realize they can be wrong about some assumptions. Finally, theory of mind is our ability to understand what others know and how they think. It's the ability to attribute mental states, beliefs, intentions, desires, emotions, knowledge to oneself and others, and the ability to understand that others have mental states different from one's own. The theory of mind, formulated in 1978 by David Premack and Guy Woodruff, is fundamental in every social interaction and serves to analyze, judge, and understand others' behavior. Children begin to demonstrate theory of mind around the age of 6, realizing that others can have different information from theirs and consequently draw different conclusions. This often leads to increased empathy. As adults, theory of mind allows us to understand another person's perspective and their thought pattern. This makes it an important skill for influencing others. In summary, compassion and self-awareness help us understand our emotions, and metacognition, our thoughts. They provide us with knowledge of ourselves. Empathy allows us to appreciate what others feel, and theory of mind, what happens in their head. They allow us to understand others. Now tell me, which of these 5 elements do you consider your strength, and which do you think you still need to improve on? If you like, let me know by leaving a comment below the video. If you enjoyed this video, I recommend you check out the video, The 9 Types of Intelligence, that you can find on this channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell if you haven't already, so you don't miss future videos. Have a great day, everyone, and see you next time.